Okay, hey, it's Brent Conley with eXp Realty, and I wanted to go over some structures for business and try to help agents create some systems and some things that can help them succeed in the real estate business. So whether you're a brand new agent, whether you're an experienced agent, an agent leading a team, I think this video should help you get a little bit more organized, and let's go ahead and get started. So I've written down some notes and I want to talk to you a little bit about a daily schedule. Your daily schedule is so vitally important that every single agent in the real estate business should have a daily schedule. But here's the thing, that daily schedule should be written out ahead of time on like a Sunday afternoon or a Sunday evening. So I'll post on Facebook or social media once in a while, I'm like, hey agents, it's Sunday, plan your week. And going into the week with a schedule, with a plan, always produces a lot better results than going into a week without a written schedule or plan. So you can use a Google Calendar, you can use handwritten, you're writing on a yellow pad of paper with a to-do list or a Monday through Friday, the 3 most important things to accomplish. Any of that stuff will work just to get it out of your head on paper, on a calendar, so you can actually visually see how it's going to benefit you throughout the week and visually see what you have to do and what you have to accomplish. So I'll do both of those things. I use my Google Calendar, and then I also use a yellow pad of paper, and I'll do a quick to-do list of what's vitally important, the top 3 things that I have to get done before 10 a.m. and I will start attacking those in the morning. Number 1, plan your week on a Sunday. That way you're going into Monday with a plan, and then you can visually see, number 2, you can visually see all the important things that you have to do throughout the week. Also, I think it's a good idea to work in your business certain time frames throughout the day. So for years, I prospected in the morning. I was calling clients, I was calling FSBOs, I was calling expireds, and I would do that at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. and then all, 2 to 3 hours of prospecting, okay? Or lead follow-up when I was done with prospecting. So those 2 things, prospecting number 1, lead follow-up number 2, have to be on it each day of your daily schedule. And you should probably do those, probably at least 5 days a week, maybe even 6 days a week in a market such as we're in today with low inventory. That's working in your business. The next thing is, how many appointments do I have this week and what time are those appointments? So you can get a lot done during lunchtime and take phone appointments or call people back while you're eating lunch, and then that way you can maximize those hours. Going back into lead follow-up right after lunch and trying to connect with the people that need to buy and sell real estate. That's what I would go into that. Remember, I haven't even said do paperwork yet. I wouldn't do paperwork until late afternoon or evening, or maybe in the dead time of like 4 to 5 o'clock or something like that, if you're an agent that is doing paperwork. If you're trying to grow a real estate business in this low inventory scenario, you've got to spend a ton of time talking to as many people as possible, and it's vitally important. I would probably suggest that in this environment, I'm in San Diego and in the Phoenix marketplaces. So I see the data, there's about 2,500 to 3,000 homes in the San Diego market that are available. We've gotten down to 2,200, and I think at a time frame we even got down to close to 2,000 in the San Diego market. Now in the Phoenix market, and we're bouncing 17,000, 16,000 homes that are available in the MLS, and 6,000, 7,000 selling at one time. So you can pull some of the data and you get down to 12,000 homes in the MLS. So we're at 2.5 months supply. And anything under 500,000 that's price appropriate to the condition, those things are flying off the market. Same thing with San Diego. In Orange County, there's 3,000, 3,500 homes for sale. I get to see those stats, and because we've got agents up in Orange County, of course. The low inventory is affecting everybody majorly. So if you're a listing agent, you've got to figure out how to speak to, I would say, no less than 30 people a day. And it's a very difficult task to get done in 2 hours. And if I was prospecting every single day instead of running and leading people, running teams and leading people, I would probably be on the phones, and I'd be door knocking. I'd be working towards speaking to 30 to 50 people a day. And that's a tremendous amount of people. I understand that, but that's if you're going to succeed at a high level. It's possible in this market. I was at the gym talking to a friend of mine here the other day here in San Diego, and he's got 9 deals in escrow. Solo agent. He's got a team. Team's not doing a lot because mentally they have checked out. But his schedule is on point if you're going to have 9 homes in escrow with a market such as this. Working in the business is vitally important to continue making money in real estate today. Now, to grow a business, you've got to work on the business. So that's strategies, that's figuring out your marketing, that is sending out your mailers, that's sending, you're doing your pop buys or something like that. But I would probably throw that in the business bucket. But working on the business is the strategies part, and figuring out how to keep your doors open and profitable. That's super important. We want profit in this business. Otherwise, it's not worth doing, right? Working on the business, you're working on systems, you're working on growing, you're working on adding more people to the database and figuring out how to connect with other people so you can add them to the database. Asking your existing or past clients for referrals to introduce you to people, the movers and shakers in your town. I would also put on there that is, creating a vision for your business. And we can talk about that another time, but hopefully you already have a vision for your business. But the mission, let's talk about mission. The mission is adding people to your database. It's getting more expensive to buy leads out there. And I think that your database is vitally important in this time in the real estate business more than ever, right? Okay, so let's see here. I think, time blocking is super important. And you can time block in hours. You can time block in 30-minute sections. You can time block in 15-minute sections. CEOs of corporations are time blocking in 15-minute segments, maybe 20-minute segments, so they can get 3 meetings done in an hour versus 1. That is something to be aware of. Not every meeting has to take 30 minutes or an hour to complete. So if you're driving to a meeting, you got to probably spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes driving there, 30-minute to an hour meeting, and then 30 minutes or 15 minutes back. You're already wasting an hour and a half to 2 hours if you're going to drive to a meeting. So highly consider taking that off of your schedule. Try to do a Zoom call or something. It'll save you a little bit of time. Okay, so figure out what's the non-negotiables first. So non-negotiables should be on your calendar as prospecting at number 1, but your family time, your time off, your spouse time, whatever is really important to you. Like, we've got to take our kids to practice, and that's one of the non-negotiables. That's just the way it is. So what does that look like? Put that on your schedule first. Another tip, if you share your schedule, your weekly schedule with your family and get them on board, it's less stress on you, okay? So take your schedule after you complete it on a Sunday and ask them to go over the schedule with you and get them on your side. Like, hey, I'm gonna take the kids here, I'm gonna be prospecting from here to here, I've got meetings here to here, and here's my family time on the schedule. Now, if you get them on board, guess what? you're not going to be bothered as much as you normally would if you didn't go over that schedule with your family. So that's a pro tip for you. Handling problems and issues. Now, every real estate agent out there is a firefighter, so to speak, but we don't have to fight those fires every single time there's a problem. Matter of fact, escrow and title can handle most of those problems. The loan officer can handle most of those problems. So between those part of your team, and if you don't have a good loan officer or escrow officer and title rep that can handle those problems, you probably should look for other people to help support your business. But as far as those problems, they're going to handle themselves. As far as negotiating something, put in your schedule that you're going to go negotiate all contracts between 2 and 3 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you can get away with that, great. Yeah, something like that. But you don't need to negotiate a contract first thing in the morning and at noon and at 3 o'clock and at 5 o'clock. That's all nonsense. You don't have to do that. You can actually schedule time to negotiate contracts, to go over repairs, to go over the things that are important to your client, and whatever you're sharing with them on your schedule of saying, hey, I am unavailable every single day, Monday through Saturday until noon. So I'm going to return all my messages between noon and 1 o'clock. Whatever that looks like to you is going to help you in the long run. Communicate that with your clients. It's so vitally important. Otherwise, they're going to call you at 9 o'clock in the morning and you're not going to have answers for them until the afternoon anyway, because business just got started at 9 a.m., right? So do yourself a favor, write down, I return all phone calls at between noon and 1 o'clock at lunchtime, and then I return all the afternoon phone calls at between 6 and 7 p.m. Otherwise, they can email you or something, and you'll get to it when you have that scheduled. How much is your time worth? So if you're fighting fires every single hour upon the day, you're not getting anything done, right? So now you're getting paid less money to do the same activities because you haven't planned your week, it's not on your daily schedule, and I think it's vitally important that you schedule time to fight those fires. And I'd probably not schedule those until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon if it's a title or escrow or lender issue, because they're going to try to figure it out by then anyway. And if they haven't, then you can get involved at the end of the day. They can work on it in the evening and then update you via email that night or in the morning. And you can shoot off a text or an email to the clientele or help solve the problem that way. It's going to save you a tremendous amount of time. It's going to make you more effective. So that's what I wanted to share with you a little bit today. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, my name is Brent Conley with eXp Realty. I've been in business for 21 years. And I'm here to help structure your business correctly. I'm going to go over a lot more tips and tricks in this business. We're going to talk about mail. We're going to talk about prospecting, how to speak to for sale by owners and expireds, how to send out the correct newsletters to past clients and sphere of influence, and the people that you want to help buy and sell real estate for. How to expand your database. So all of those things are coming up. Thank you very much for watching. If you got this far, I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.